The truth might have no place in Rosewood, but these feels are real. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Pretty Little Liars couples. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at Pretty Little Liars' standout pairings. Going the distance certainly does not hurt, but a couple's entertainment factor and story prominence will be prioritized.
Why? What difference does that make?
Because this is important to me.
Number 10, Hanna Marin and Travis Hobbs.
Seriously, I gotta give you something. You drove all that way, so.
Can't I just be a nice guy?
With all the backstabbing, crying, and A being the absolute worst, a simple, almost boring romance is a refreshing change of pace. Introduced midway through season 4 and barely lasting a handful of episodes, Hanna and Travis flirt a little, play some pool, and go on a cute date.
Once you get the angle that you want, you just take the shot.
The performers have decent chemistry and Travis acts like a real gentleman, but this pairing never feels like anything more than a brief distraction.
5 in a row. Wow, you're really kicking my ass.
Well, it's easy to win when someone lets you.
While far from the most memorable couple, Hanna and Travis injected a touch of normalcy in the crazy world of Pretty Little Liars. Number 9, Aria Montgomery and Jason DiLaurentis.
Morning.
Morning.
Closer to a fling than a serious relationship, this couple spends more time flirting than truly dating. Even if Jaria's end was over in a flash, Aria and Jason looked great together. Throughout Pretty Little Liars, Jason shows admiration for Aria's willingness to challenge the status quo, and the two eventually form a lasting friendship.
You know what I do remember? Your pink hair.
Really?
I thought it was cool.
During season 7's 5-year time skip, Aria and Jason's relationship turns romantic, but the pair's conflicting career goals prove to be too big of an obstacle to overcome.
Yeah, it's just that traveling's not really part of the plan right now. I've got like 3 job interviews this week.
He just graduated, Aria.
Jaria was fun while it lasted, though. Number 8, Emily Fields and Paige McCullers.
Na 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 na. We're all gonna get in a fight. So what? I'm still a rock star.
Bringing out the best and worst in each other, Emily and Paige mature a lot throughout the series, thanks by and large to the duo's rocky relationship.
We might see people know there. I can't risk being seen with you.
Starting out as rivals on the swim team, the conservative Paige took out her own frustration on the already out-of-the-closet Emily. But it did not take long for the truth to come out.
I had an amazing time last night. And I would really like to keep seeing you.
Like this? Always in the middle of nowhere?
Paige's insecurities and hatred for Alison eventually push Emily away, but Paley contributed countless memorable Pretty Little Liars moments over the years.
Please forgive me.
I do forgive you. But I don't think I could ever trust you again.
What are you saying?
Number 7, Spencer Hastings and Caleb Rivers.
Thank you for not judging me.
While both of these characters are defined by other relationships, Caleb and Spencer's short but intense romance hit us surprisingly hard and ended up being pretty convincing.
There's something else that I've been judging myself for.
Ever since joining forces to crack A's codes, Spencer and Caleb have enjoyed an intimate bond, founded on mutual respect.
Why was it so easy to track down that signal? You know, it's like, why build a firewall if it's so easy to break down?
I was just hoping you were going to tell me all these texts were coming from the Radley.
With Hanna and Toby out of the picture, Spaleb rose up from the ashes to bring back a touch of romance to Spencer and Caleb's lives. Along with sharing a great deal in common, both members cannot get enough of each other, leading to some pretty intense makeout sessions. Number 6, Mona Vanderwaal and Mike Montgomery.
Cannot believe I admitted that. I must really like you.
Like? I was kind of hoping you'd say that other word.
On paper, this pairing sounds kind of disturbing, but combining 2 of Rosewood's resident troublemakers winds up being a stroke of genius. Initially, Mona uses Mike to score information on his sister Aria, but this facade eventually gives way to become the real thing.
You're gonna have to forgive yourself sometime.
Considering both Mike and Mona are willing to flirt with the dark side, it was only a matter of time before Pretty Little Liars greenlit this unholy union. Along with setting Mona on the road to redemption, this couple's scenes are just wickedly adorable.
Want some more hot chocolate, Mr. Mike?
Sure.
Number 5, Emily Fields and Maya St. Germain. Out of all of Emily's lovers, Maya arguably left the greatest impact, even if the pair's relationship was tragically cut short. Maya's wild and free personality inspires Emily to embrace her sexuality and find the courage to come out of the closet.
My mom's not like that anymore. I mean, she's really come around to me being me.
For better or worse, Emily and Maya's scenes are defined by an insatiable fire that, in hindsight, was always destined to burn out sooner rather than later. Alison may have been Emily's first crush, but Maya set the standard used to measure every subsequent lover.
What's it called when two people go out like that?
I think they call it, a date.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Number 4, Emily Fields and Alison DiLaurentis. There is no love like your first love, especially if that person comes back from the dead. Prior to disappearing and being presumed dead, Alison befriends, harasses, kisses, and rejects Emily. Despite Maya and Paige's best efforts, Emily never really stops carrying a torch for Alison.
When I was at my most lonely and unhappy and angry place, you loved me. And when I was an ugly human being.
While unquestionably among the show's more complicated ships, Emerson's arc is almost magical. A reformed bully matures into a better person and attains salvation by reconnecting with a former victim.
You make the world a better place because you see the good in it. And you make me a better woman because you searched for one.
Few couples carry as much baggage as this pairing, but Emily and Alison are willing to share the load.
I love you. I love you too.
Number 3, Ezra Fitz and Aria Montgomery. Multiple breakups aside, Ezra persists throughout Pretty Little Liars' entire run, with the couple still going strong at the end of the series.
I present to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Fitz.
In the bathroom of a dingy bar, an English teacher unwittingly made out with a prospective student, a revelation that stunned both Ezra and Aria when they realized what happened.
It goes without saying that I'm hooked on you.
Along with a less than ideal conception, Ezra and Aria's relationship is put through the ringer time and time again. However, no matter what happens, these two always find a way back to each other. Blackmail and betrayal are not enough to keep Ezra and Aria apart. Number 2, Spencer Hastings and Toby Kavanaugh. A love so strong, both parties willingly join the A-team to protect each other. From the second Pretty Little Liars threw these two in a cramped motel room and brought out the Scrabble board, Spencer and Toby have been inseparable.
Glyceraldehyde?
With the C on the double letter, it is 32 points. Plus the triple word score gets me 96 points.
Even during one of the couple's numerous breakups, Toby remains synonymous with Spencer and vice versa. Whether making out in a haunted house, comforting each other after something terrible has happened, or in the middle of a fight, Toby and Spencer are always a recipe for some entertaining TV drama.
If something goes wrong, you know what you need to do.
Number 1, Hanna Marin and Caleb Rivers.
We're gonna talk on the phone, and I'll be back. I'll be back before you know it.
When even a spin-off show cannot derail a relationship, then nothing in the world could possibly stand in the way of this couple's future happiness.
I love you.
I love you too.
One loves fashion, the other knows a thing or two about computers. Together, Caleb and Hanna are an endless source of sexiness, witty banter, and juicy drama.
Want to share a towel too?
While the couple goes through more than a few setbacks and a couple of breakups, Hanna and Caleb never stop respecting, loving, or wishing the best for each other. It just so happens that Hanna and Caleb are at their best when they're together.
Actually, let's not talk.
Hanna.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
I want you.